Early last month, the 5 finalists for District School-Related Employee of the Year were announced in surprise visits to their schools. Last Thursday, the School-Related Employees of the Year from throughout the district were honored by the Public Education Foundation at a luncheon, and the district-wide winner was announced.
Marion County's 2015-2016 School-Related Employee of the Year from Reddick Collier Elementary School, Abel Garcia.
Here's more on the teaching, preaching, diplomatic radio roofer.
My husband is a roofing contractor, and last summer he came home often talking about a gentleman that he had working with him and how, he was just an outstanding employee. He was always there. He was on time. He was fun to work with, and he liked him, and he would come home telling me about him. And so, yes, okay, honey, like a wife does. And we had an opportunity to hire one of our ESOL paraprofessionals as a teacher, and so I had an opening. And I asked Paul, I said, that young man that you're always telling me about, you said he's in college, and he said yes, and I said, do you think he would be interested in working at a school? And he said, I think he might. Let me talk to him.
After wowing the interview committee, Garcia got started working with students.
First and foremost, I work with our ELL students, the English language learners, and helping them acquire the English language, helping them with vocabulary, with using it in every day and especially in the classroom, as well as helping the parents communicate with the teachers, translating documents to make sure that the parents know what's going on in the school or are able to understand the notes. Sometimes I have to call the parent to, let them know and translate, go between.
He also handles a corrective reading group with a mix of both English speakers and English learners.
I work with them with fluency and reading. There's 5 ELL students in this classroom. They work really hard at getting better every time they read the passage and working on making sure they understand all the letter sounds and sound combinations.
Garcia didn't set out to be in the classroom. Originally an engineering major, he switched to international studies.
There's a number of different non-governmental organizations that look for people with that kind of background, and also government-related organizations like the UN.
While possibly working in the Peace Corps is still a dream of his, it sounds like he's found a home in the classroom.
I learned over time, I would say, that when there's a need and you have the means to fill it, that it's our responsibility to fill it.
However, Garcia, who also pastors a church in Leesburg, has his hands in too many projects to just be a teacher.
The other thing that has been lately taking up a little bit of my nights has been that here in Ocala there aren't really Spanish-speaking radio stations, and that's a really important tool for getting information out there to people, especially with community radio. What I'm called there is the program director, or programming director. I work setting up. I do a little bit of the technical aspects and making sure that the programming is going out on time.
He feels that to take on a career of being a teacher and the responsibility of a teacher and the lesson planning and the things that, that's on a teacher's plate, that might take him away from being in the church and being in the community. And he really likes having an opportunity to serve in both places.
You may have noticed a golden apple on Principal Gina Dickey's shelf. She received that award back in 1997. This year's honorees will be receiving surprise visits in their classrooms sometime this week, and we will let you know who they are in next week's show.
February is Black History Month. Here are some upcoming local events available for your participation. Local artist Leroy Chandler will have his artwork on display at College Park Elementary. The Silver River Museum will host a presentation on the history of Paradise Park. And the Appleton Museum will have a panel discussion on the history of the segregation of Florida's beaches. All events are free and open to the public.
School resource officers, they are stationed at various high schools and middle schools within the county and the city. The local police department and the sheriff's agency, they supply the police officers. The salaries are shared by the Marion County Public Schools and the law enforcement agencies. Our primary function is to make sure we have a safe school environment so as kids can go to school and get a great education. As a school resource officer, we wear many hats. Sometimes I can be a counselor. Sometimes I can be a police officer. Sometimes I can just be your big brother or your dad. Guys, y'all stay out of trouble, okay? All right, Fabrizio, we'll see you now. Take it easy. All right, Miles. We'll see you now. Showtime.
I think first and foremost, he has a pretty good relationship with a lot of our students. He does a really good job of going out and talking with some of the students that are maybe harder to handle here at school. He has a good rapport with them.
Some of my daily duties are, normally I ride around and patrol on my bicycle. Hey guys.
Hi.
What's up, buddy? We'll pass it on. I have a positive interaction with the children. All right, buddy. Also, there are some situations that come up, like possible fights. I call the kids in the office, and we'll have a conversation about how to conduct ourselves in a proper fashion. Well, early in the morning when the kids come on campus, my main focus is to remain highly visible, have a police presence. Because a police presence, it reduces the opportunity for crime, it deters bad behavior. It's very vital for an officer to be on campus to provide safety. You never know who's going to come on campus and cause a problem. A lot of times the school resource officer, he may even break up a fight. He may investigate a crime such as somebody stealing a cell phone or somebody taking something out of the lunchroom or maybe even threatening a teacher.
It is nice to know that I can get on my walkie-talkie and call Officer Van in, and he can come in with an official, you know, he's official. He is a police officer, someone with just a badge on that works at the school, doesn't always have the same kind of oomph that Officer Van might have.